Je Porando, to Susaje Kunjingwanya, Rasa Chukongo to Zaba, Zava Lama Nala Goja, Tabje to Jere Zoto, Shinje Meto to Japanjo, Sejelombo Dabo Jebeko, Shajezo de la Goja, Temevasa to Jengo, Monte Shengo Jeda. Tamje seba kunje chuje je nyame de gore je goja ze sheje kala kero jingur je zebe wadon de je le lab jeve damba gune se zeba kaju rambo je la goja ze taso se je ta je lo cho so roa je lab do so cholando la je lab do la troba so wa je lab do so troba isho so jawa je lab do so ne je damba na la ma so la je so jo je se je la da la ma so la je so Nase pande la menzola jebso jo tabe da jowa jinje labdos to jin jowa jinje labdos de da ba jinje labdos chaje chembe choje ngoro se de yen la to bro jinje labdos saje kunda zawa la mala kusun go ba chembe cha zalon de mele lo rawa cheba da seda joba nyamra jinje lo. Good morning. So we are continuing in the Medicine Buddhist Sutra. So basically, as I yesterday mentioned, Medicine Buddhist Sutra is a request by Bodhisattva Manjushri, and based on the three main reasons, Manjushri asked the name of the Buddhas. What kind of a name of the Buddha is good for? One is that beings who not return from the path to the enlightenment, like not giving up the path, because sometimes people join to the path to the enlightenment, then it's some point they discourage, some point their other problem comes and they giving up. So one is what kind of Buddha's name is good to protecting this kind of unfavorable circumstance or discouragement when comes. Second one is how to eliminate or how to purify heavy negative karma. Beings who created heavy negative karma. Because of that negative karma, then obstacle comes. So how to purify that one. And the third one is how to protect yourself from like a evil spirit or Mara, so harm. So Bodhisattva Manjushri requests to the Buddha, please share us the name of those Buddha who can benefit those sentient beings who are facing this kind of challenge. So that way Buddha mentioned the 7 Buddha's name. And there is called the 7 Sugata. And now lately people call the 8 Sugata. Why is 8 Sugata? Because Shakyamuni Buddha is included, because Shakyamuni Buddha gave these teachings. So that way, including Shakyamuni Buddha, there's 8 Sugata. But mainly Buddha mentioned, Shakyamuni Buddha mentioned 7 Buddha's name, Pure Land, and their vow. So kind of they're all similar. So that way, Buddha mentioned those 7 Buddhas, name, and how by reciting their name or reciting their mantra, and what kind of benefit can get to the, what mean the benefit mean that they protect, and we are going through the medicine Buddhas based on the medicine Buddha. So this particularly Buddha's quality and vow, Buddha emphasized on this. So that way, like yesterday, we talked about the two vows, or 3, yeah? Yeah, 2 vows we talked yesterday. So first vow basically said, when I attain the supreme enlightenment, brilliantly ray will shine forth from my body and illuminate the infinity countless, boundless realm. This body will be adorned with the 32 mark and greatness as a 80 auspicious characteristics. So that one, how by shining of the Buddha's enlightened body, how benefit sentient beings. Second is the second vow is that in future life, when I have attained supreme enlightenment, my body inside and out will radiate far and wide, clearly and flawless purity of leprosy lazuli. This body will be adorned with a superlative virtue at all. So that is this both are basically kind of similar. One is a light, one is a quality. So both from the body, by seeing the Buddha's body, people get, develop the devotion and faith, and particularly faith, which is called the eager faith. Eager faith means like admiration of this Buddha. From this admiration, then sentient beings want to become like them. So those two we went to yesterday, and today we're going to talk about the third vow. Bodhisattva, Medicine Buddha's third vow in the page 20. This big book, page 20. Yeah. So said, I vow that the future life, when I have attained the supreme enlightenment. So this is when I have attained the supreme enlightenment, mean when this Buddha, Medicine Buddha is not yet Buddha on the Bodhisattva path. That is like we do lots of prayer. The prayer will be result come. Most of those prayer will be result come when we attain the Buddhahood, called the aspiration prayer. So that is when this Medicine Buddha was on Bodhisattva path and make this vow. So said, attain the supreme enlightenment, it means the Buddhahood. I will, with the infinite wisdom and skillful, mean providing all sentient beings with the inexhaustible quantity of good to meet their material need, and they will be never want to be anything. So basically, Buddha's benefit sentient being through the wisdom and skillful mean. There's so two kind of benefit: temporarily benefit and ultimately benefit. So temporarily, what we need food, we need clothes, we need secure, we need protection, we need health. That is as long as we have this physical body, we need those all. So that's what is mean the temporary benefit. So all those or whatever necessity, whatever need, and receiving this through the blessing of this Medicine Buddha, but and ultimately bring to the attain the enlightenment, free from samsara. That's called the ultimate benefit. So when we talk about the wisdom, first there's a wisdom and skillful mean, infinity wisdom and skillful mean. Basically, Buddha know from his wisdom what is a virtue, what is a non-virtue, what is a what called a undecided karma. Undecided karma mean like a sudden action can become a virtue, can become a non-virtue according to the intention. Like for example, eating, sleeping, walking. Those are undecided action. Why? Because whatever intention, that based on that intention, it become like if we eat for like fighting, build the strength to fight. We eat for attach, want to become gain the physically, desire. So that with this intention, when we eat, the eating is becoming negative. If we eat with a positive intention, like oh, I need to eat that way I can have strength, then so I can practice dharma. So that is a positive. So eating is become undecided. Action itself is a mutual action.
So then also sleeping too. If we go to with the angry or negative emotionally go to sleep, whole sleep is become negative. But if we go to with a positive emotion and whole sleep is go to positive. So that kind of knowledge, and of course also we call the mundane wisdom and super mundane wisdoms. Mundane wisdom mean the knowledge, like a knowledge about the art, knowledge about the healing, like physician, knowledge about the grammars, knowledge about the science. Those called the knowledge, called the mundane knowledge, because as mundane life, we need those knowledge to sustain our life continually. But then super mundane knowledge is a knowledge about the knowing of the true truth, relative truth, and absolute truth. So this is called the wisdom. And when come to the super mundane knowledge, also we said wisdom from the hearing, wisdom from the contemplate, wisdom from the meditations. So there's a many different way of wisdom, but this is particularly Buddha is benefited sentient beings. So that means that based on his mundane wisdom, like a kind of knowledge, wisdom that can help sentient being sustain the life better way, improve life better way. So what are those? What make our life better is it like a doctor, what called a teacher, and there are many profession can help to the society to make better. So that is a many different way. Like Buddha manifests sometime animals help to the animal society. Buddha manifests sometime to the physician or different whatever need. So that is basically through the wisdom. And through the skillful mean, so skillful is it. Whatever action you're putting, you need the skill, the support of that action, or kind of like a condition of that action becoming unmistakably or perfectly is it based on the skill. So that way need lots of different kind of skill. So in particularly Buddha's skillful mean here, skillful mean is a Buddha manifests form of a bodhisattva to liberate sentient beings who are not ripening. Okay, ripening sentient beings who are not yet ripening, like ordinary beings, how to liberate them. So that way Buddha manifests as a form of a bodhisattva. Then second one is a Buddha, ripening one have to liberate. How to liberate that one is a Buddha manifests as a form of a Buddha to give the guidance to liberate the sentient beings. So two, then also there's some sentient beings are liberated by the from the Sharvaka vehicles. So Buddha manifests as a form of Sharvaka to lead them. So like when Buddha, Shakyamuni Buddha, first time he become enlightenment, then he started giving teaching to all those his disciple, earlier disciple. Then when those disciples achieved the arhat, and Buddha said to them, "Oh, now you are arhat, I'm also arhat, so we all arhat." So Buddha kind of like say he is also same with them. So that is what is mean the Buddha manifests as a form of a Sharvaka to liberate the Sharvaka beings or Sharvaka family, beings. And sometimes Buddha manifests as a form of a Pratigya Buddha, individual, self. Liberator, so and liberate them through their own way. So this kind of a different method Buddha show to how to liberate sentient beings. So those all are skillful means. So whatever need Buddha manifests that way. And even Buddha said to the Ananda when Buddha was aging, Buddha was dying, Ananda was really sad. And he's not sad because he doesn't have any more Buddha. He said for the future generation like us, he say in the future, now sentient being not going to meet with the Buddha. They have no chance to receive teaching like we do. So he was really sad for the future sentient being. But that time Buddha said, Ananda, you don't need to sad. You don't need to feel sad. Because in the future, all the Buddha manifests a form of the teacher to continually do the Buddha's teaching. So those are, skillful mean. Like many great Bodhisattva and Buddha manifest as a human form to continually giving teachings. So, I mean, I'm not saying all the great teacher, all they are enlightenment from the, the past. Some become they are self-made teacher. Some become really successfully within this life, like they become a great teacher, like a Milarepa. Milarepa himself said, "I'm not emanation of anything. I was a, kind of a criminal, and but because of the, my regret about my action, earlier action, so then I put the determination to meet with a great teacher, and through the great teacher's instruction, I received the ambrosia like a nectar of teaching, and I put effort on that." Like one of his Milarepa songs said, "I was fear, yeah. I was fear of the death, afraid of the death. I was afraid of the death, so I ran to the mountain." So I meditated continually untimely. What call this? Death is a certainty. Uncertain, or sorry, death is uncertain. I meditated continually, death is uncertain. Now I achieve the deathless state of the inner nature. Time of death is uncertain. I meditate continually, time of death is uncertain. So that way now I achieve the deathless of form secure with the inner nature state, which is Dharmakaya. So those all is a, like some they become a great teacher, but like other also there are many of them a manifestation of the Buddha and Bodhisattva to come to form human form to continually giving teachings. Make sense? So those all is a skillful mean. Buddha manifests as different form, different, sometimes Buddha manifests as earth, water, fire, whatever sentient being need, that those all I think skillful mean. So providing all sentient beings with the inexhaustible quantity of good, inexhaustible quantity of good mean that what you need, something helpful for you. Anything that is helpful for you is good. When it's harming you, it's not good. So you have to decide it's good for you or not, also, helpful or not. If that's making your life easier, it's good. If your life is making it worse, not good. So including the Dharma, if Dharma is making your life more peaceful and more, more help benefit for you become a better person, it's good. But if Dharma is causing you to more jealousy, more competitor, and more all those negative emotions is increasing, it's not good. So that reason is saying the quantity of goods. That is, I think you have a really value of that word, quantity of goods. Yeah. So meet their material need, and they will never be want for anything. So it means that basically here said, then they gain actually Tibetan one said, they gain the freedom, leisure. Because when you have everything, you become relaxed. Then you can do what you really want to do. But sometimes people want to do something, but they couldn't do that. Why? Because they don't have enough time to spend on that. So some people want to do retreat, they couldn't do it because there's not enough money to continue to pay the bill. Some people go to some teachings, they couldn't go because of the, they don't have free times. So when sentient being finding all those good deed, good quantity of the good, then they can get the leisure. Can say leisure, yeah, leisure. So that is what it means. That so called so mainly Buddha's vow is they want through his wisdom and skillful mean the immediate sentient being with the leisure life to okay. Then for the great vows, a vow that the future life, when I become attain the supreme enlightenment, I will set all who follow the heretical way. So heretical way or wrong path. So what is the heretical way or wrong path? It doesn't mean the other religion. So sometimes people think, oh, if you're not Buddhism, you are heretical way, you are wrong path. You have to come to the Buddhism. So it's not necessarily you being Buddhism, taking refuge, you're on the right path. So yeah, heretical or this, you have to have when you follow into the wrong view, like what is the wrong view mean according to the Buddhism? When you believe purity, joyful, permanent, and self-grasping, existence of the self. This is called the wrong view. That is what is heretic mean. When you see samsara as a joyful place, you see the human body as a joyful, bliss, whatever happiness, then that is a wrong path because it's not true. Samsara is full of suffering. So this is misunderstood. And same thing is with the human body. When you see as our own whatever body is pure, and it's a mistake. So this kind of a wrong view, when you carry on this kind of wrong view of the impure one, is see as a pure, suffering as a see as a joy, no self as a see as a self, and impermanent as a see as a permanent. That is what is a wrong view mean. So even Jidin Sumgun said, even you can be Buddhism, but if you believe, all those your good deed or whatever things come from the deity, the Manjushri give you the wisdom, Medicine Buddha give you the healing, and when you think that way, it's someone giving you, that's called the wrong view of not believing on the causality. Or when you're somebody, making you miserable, like somebody harm you, hit you, or did something bad to you, when you blaming to that person through fully, also that's a wrong view. Because without your karmic involvement, no one can harm you. So when all those are also, even your Buddhism, still you can have the heretical way, can say, wrong view. Yeah. So this is not about to, you following to the one particular religion or not. It's a following what kind of belief you have. Wrong view mean. So that way, so heretical way of the path to the enlightenment. So what is the path to the enlightenment? Buddha gave the teaching from the age 35. Around age 35, he became enlightenment. So from there to he's giving teaching continually until age 82. So when he was almost taking Mahaparinirvana, so Buddha remind to everyone, just remember all my teachings. Then conclusionally, he gave these 4 subjects called the 4 summarize of the Dharma. Sometimes it's called the 4 summarize of the Dharma, sometimes called the 4 seal of the view, signifying the Buddhas. It's the same. There's a different name called, but this is, Buddha said, all compounded are impermanent. All defilement or from the afflicted emotion only bring to the suffering. And all phenomena are empty of inherent existence. Nirvana is the peace. So this is the conclusion of the whole Buddhist teaching of the 84,000 that we call the four summaries of the Dharma. So Buddha summarizing into these four subjects. So when you want to know that what is Buddha's all teachings. If you summarize it, what you can put is you can put on these four subjects: impermanent, suffering. All compounded are impermanent. Whatever built have to be end, destroyed. So all compounded are impermanent. So compounded mean any phenomena which is not singular. It's compounded. So if you can find the phenomena as a truly singular, then that is not compounded. Make sense? So if you can find any phenomena which is truly singular, like normally you may say, oh, there's a singular, this is one Vajra, this is singular. We said one single person. But that phenomena is not singular. Space. So that way, space is impermanent. Yes?
Do they have in the Dhamma, they talk about a very finite called Alpha Siddha?
What is Alpha Siddha?
Singular Dhamma.
So this is in the Hinayana,
Yeah.
they call the partless particle. So when you reach to the partless particle, they believe that one is a ultimate. That is ultimate. But Nagarjuna have analyzing and with the logically, he said partless particle must have a part. If partless particle have no part, partless particle, no matter how many partless particles come together, cannot build a gross, a big one. Normally saying there's called the partless particle. When partless particle 7 come together, then there's called a particle of the metal. It become when metal particle 7 come together and called the water particle, become one water particle. 7 water particles come together and called the rapid particle. And the rapid particle 7 together, the bull particle, the name of the particle. Bull particle 7 together, put together, then it become called the sun dust. You see the morning sun dust? That one. Yeah?
But what's the heading? What's the title of that teaching? So I could look it up later.
And this is you can see in the Abhidhamma.
Abhidhamma.
Yeah, in the Abhidhamma. Basubandus Abhidhamma. Jeju Ribula da la Nyesita da Somadas. So this you can see the Basubandus. So that is showing as so there's a partless particle, but in the Hinayana tradition, partless particle is the kind of smallest. But Nagarjuna said partless particle is not the smallest one. Partless particle must have a part, otherwise cannot become big. So that is showing as all phenomena. If you can prove that it's a singular, then yes, you can say that is a permanent. So that way, like a space is impermanent, permanent, because space is not compounded, because space have no what called the part. Yeah. So no characteristic, no color, no shape, nothing. So that way, space is a if space is a what called the compounded, then you cannot build a house in the space. They're already there something. Make sense? So I think that way Buddha gave this 4 teaching, 4 subject called the 4 seal of the Dharma. All compounded are impermanent. and all defilement as a suffering, which means that from the defilement never be resolved will give you the joy or happiness, like anger, hatred, jealousy, attachment, and ignoring. This kind of afflictive emotion cannot be resolved, can never outcome joy or happiness. So that is what means that all defilement are suffering. Then there's no self. No self means that all phenomena are avoid of entity. They are no entity. So there is no self means that there is some kind of identity. Identity means that you have to be your own identity. So that for that you have to have a singular. Otherwise, there's no identity. Make sense? Cannot become that identity of that recognizing on that particular phenomena. So then nirvana is a peace, mean that if you really want to truly want to peace, then you have to reach to the nirvana. So what does the nirvana mean? Nirvana means that when your mind is totally free from afflictive emotion, that is the nirvana. So that way, when Ajata, no, what called Devadat asked to Buddha, first time Buddha returned to the home after enlightenment, said, "What you achieved?" And Buddha said, "I didn't achieve anything. I only lost my anger, lost my attachment, lost my hatred, lost my jealousy, lost my ignorance, lost. So when I lost all those emotions, only remain is peace." So that is what it means that nirvana is peace mean. Nirvana means the liberate from those all defilement. So that is what is called the up in the path to the enlightenment. Okay, so Buddha showed that one. Likewise, I will set those who follow to the Sharvaka and Padikya Buddha way into the Mahayana path. This one is a Sharvaka and Padikya Buddha is a temporary liberation. It's said, this is like when some people traveling in the ocean for a long time, and the captain make them rest in the island because they people get seasick. When people get seasick, sometimes they become crazy. So they need a land to rest there. So that way they can travel continually. Otherwise, they not become healthy. So Sharvaka and Padikya vehicle is a realization is like an island, resting island. On the highway there are lots of rest area like that. When people get tired of driving too long and they need a rest, otherwise your body get aching and then sleepy and lots of other problem come. So that way the government created this all highway there have rest area. Rest area, yeah. So this is the Sharvaka and Padikya Buddha is a rest area. So because what is it why we have to be avoiding from this path to become a Mahayana is because since every sentient being are like your mother, and then all the sentient beings are suffering in the samsara. So this is not like it's not huh? appropriate, not appropriate to achieve yourself as a nirvana, rest in nirvana. You must help those all beings who are kind to you. Like Nagarjuna said, one person's being your mother, if you try to count, earth can be finished, but cannot finish the number. Yes?
If one is on the last part of their life and they're about to achieve nirvana from maybe vows that they had held from some preceptor, and what is the method that one would come back
to
the world? Like an arahant decides that he will return.
yeah.
Is there a formula that he practices from nirvana to the world?
So arhat, they never come to the nirvana, to the samsara.
Okay.
They never come. Can you give me water here? They never come. But when they are in the called the truth of the cessation in the meditation, and Buddha awake them from his wisdom light. They awake from that samadhi. Okay, once they awake them samadhi, then they see Buddha in front of them. Then Buddha encouraged them, said, "Son, this is not final nirvana. You're really close to the final nirvana. You put more effort." So Buddha make them to, generate bodhicitta to until continually and on the path to until achieve the Buddhahood. Then Buddha help them. So then once they become a Buddha, then they automatically return.
You had mentioned samadhis. Is there a specific set of samadhis?
Yeah, so it's like you see the Four Noble Truth of the path and the truth of the cessation. Truth of the cessation means that they go to one deep samadhi. That deep samadhi can be stay a long time. Like even the Mahakashyapa, Buddha's disciple, still in that mountain, there's in India, there's one mountain, Kashyapa mountain. He is still there. His body is still meditating there. When future Buddha Midriya come and he will review the Kashyapa's body. Kashyapa is wearing Buddha's robe and he is still in that stage called the Gopa. Cessation. So yes, some of them stay a very, very long time.
So that commitment would be relied on only a Buddha would bring back.
Yes, because they don't have any more commitment.
Okay.
Their main commitment is to achieve the nirvana. Once they achieve the nirvana, their final goal is achieved. But their goal is whatever they achieve is not final goal because they're not yet Buddhahood. So Buddha have to wake them from that. Long after Buddha have to wake them and they Buddha encourage them to continually on the path to until Buddhahood. So this is called the awake from the cessation.
And the Buddha awakes them to the deep samadhi?
Yes, from the deep samadhi.
Oh, from the
Yeah,
deep samadhi.
yeah. Called the truth of the cessation.
That's one of the errors sometimes is staying in the deep samadhi.
Yes, that's that way. Even Buddha not wake them, they stay there forever. So sometimes saying is actually a worsening obstacle to go to that samadhi is worse than go to hell. Go to hell is it can come out from there to come out and generate bodhicitta and practice and Buddhahood is quicker than staying on that samadhi.
Who wants to leave the samadhi?
Yeah, I mean once you personally you gain the complete what you need. Yeah, but then Buddha encouraged them, said this is not yet final. Through the Buddha's blessing, then they continue to follow. So the reason Charvaka and Paticca Buddha went into the Mahayana path, that is what it means. Okay, fifth great vow. A vow that the future life, when I have attained the supreme enlightenment, I will help all the countless sentient beings who cultivate the path to the morality in according with my dharma to observe the rule of conduct, precept, to perfection in conformity with the three root precept. I think this is called the three vow or three discipline. So sometimes normally we call the three vows. It's like a Hinayana vow, Mahayana vow, Vajrayana vow. But here specifically talking about the three discipline of the body, speech, mind. Because in the medicine Buddha's Pure Land, they don't have Vajrayana teachings. So in even medicine Buddha Sutra also mention about how to discipline the body, discipline the mind, discipline the speech. So here, I think three root of the precept is talking about the discipline of the body, speech, mind, specifically. In our Shakyamuni Buddha's teaching, because Shakyamuni Buddha taught the Vajrayana, so lots of time we say the three vows mean the individual liberation vow, Bodhisattva vow, tantric vows. Many times you see that one, three vows. But here three vows mean to talk about the body, speech, minds, and discipline. So so also earlier said conversation with morality according with my dharma. So morality according with my dharma mean the basic all the what is moral. Okay, even those guilty of disparaging, it means that you destroy the vow by making mistake, disparaging or what called that disrupt,
dishonoring, or
yeah, dishonoring the vow, then violating of the precept will regain their purity upon hearing my name and avoid descending upon the evil path. That means that even you damage your vow, how to restore that vow, because everything what we make damage, what we make the negative karma, there's a way to restore. Make sense? There's a way to purify. So this is by hearing this Buddha's name, that person who are disparaging or violating the vow still don't need to go to the evil path, means talking about the low realms. Normally, when you are dishonoring or violating the vow, they said reborn in the low realms. That is evil path is talking about the low realms, hungry ghosts, hell, and animals.
Can you talk more about this, which comes up a lot, just hearing the name?
So this is it. They said not only medicine, actually the many times is mentioned this one. Yeah. So when you created that negative karma, that can be reborn in the lower realm. But when you are in the human realm, you hear the medicine Buddha's name. Then you will remember at that time later when you need sometime in the future if you're born in the lower realm. When you remember, then you rely on that medicine Buddhas.
So that's a real hearing.
Yeah, the real hearing with the knowing of how benefit can get. So it's just like when you're in the prison and you can call to someone powerful to help me. Like lots of people call to the president to release them from the prison.
Yeah, I just asked that because sometimes my thought is like, well, that's too easy, just hearing the name.
So I think this is they have those like we call the Nirvana Kaya Bardo, as I think yesterday I mentioned. Nirvana Kaya Bardo means that you dead, then in the Bardo you will see you are reborn in the next life. So now if you're going to reborn in the lower realm, then you have a fearsome. So now you are what called desperate. Then you remember, oh, I need to rely on this name, this prayer. So when you do that one, it helps you to change the direction. It doesn't mean that you totally purifying, but it helps you to, at the moment, so then you get better chance to purifying through when you're born in the higher realm. Yeah. So otherwise, and also, sometimes this kind of teaching is, I think, necessary because always saying you have to do this, and if you don't do this all, then you go to. So then people sometimes feel like, oh, I cannot do this all, I'm hopeless. But when somebody said, oh, this is okay, yeah, so just recite the name mantra, still can liberate, then that one can do. Make sense? Yeah. So I think that's helpful for the lots of people, and it's a truly, I think, benefit this one. Okay, six great vows. I vow that the future life, when I have attained the supreme enlightenment, sentient being with the imperfect body, whose sense are division. Division? Yes, it means like lack of the sensing. Like sometimes some people have a sense of eye sense losing, some losing hearing, some losing, smell, and whatever sense faculty is damaged or becoming weak, and that really help. Uh, just I don't know name, but my hometown there was one lady. She became total blind. I mean, really 100% blind. There nothing side left. So then, because of in Tibet, people, when they getting like that kind of handicap become, and what they do is just stay home to recite the prayer. And many people, they don't know lots of fancy prayer. They don't know fancy puja. But what they know is they chant the Om Mani Padme Hum. Many of them just chant Om Mani Padme Hum. So she recite the Om Mani Padme Hum every day, just to stay home. She have only one son. Son go to work. That time community work. So during the Cultural Revolution, but she's alone home. So she recite Om Mani Padme Hum, Om Mani Padme Hum. Then one morning, her sight came back. Just by reciting the mantra. There no surgery, no medicine, nothing. Just came back. So that is I made her. So that is like a, improve. Proof that, somebody really actually happened by just reciting the mantra. And I also one old guy came here one time. He said, "This stupa healed my cancer." He said, after I came to here to prayer and the circumland, my cancer was free. So that I think this kind of a unusual, magical, whatever, what I would call blessing power. I think it definitely happened. I don't know it's going to happen to everyone or not, but there's some when they have a full circumstance come together. I think all the favorable circumstances come together. Definitely, it result come out. So this lady, she later she was become really healthy when we were a kid. She also come monastery, and monastery is a mountain. She climbed on the mountain without no kind of tiredness and very healthy. So that kind of benefit can get. So that way, division, sense are deficient, who are ugly, stupid, blind, deaf, mute, crippled, hunchback, leprous, insane of suffering from the various other illness will, upon hearing my name, acquire well-formed body, endowed with intelligence, with all sense intact. They will be free of illness and suffering. That reason we do the medicine Buddha practice for the healing. So this kind of all the disease, liberate from this all disease. Then the seventh vow, I vow that the future life, when I have attained the supreme enlightenment, sentient being afflicted with the various illness, it means the suffering, various illness, with no one in to help them, nowhere to turn, no physician, no medicine, no family, no home, who are destitute and miserable, will will as soon as my name pass through their ear be relieved of all their illness, with the mind and body peacefully and contented. They will enjoy home, family, and property in the abundance and eventually realizing the unsurpassed supreme enlightenment. So this is the like a medicine Buddhist, by hearing name. Also, like a Dharma practitioner, I think there never be lack of material that that they cannot be continue. Can say because when Buddha's time, Naga king, 8th great Naga king vowed to the Buddha, in the future your follower, even there was their shortage with the food for everyone, people dying with hunger and thirst, your follower will never have that problem. They always receive food and drink and clothes. They're not going to die with the lack of food. They promised to the Buddha. And also same time, Milarepa, he earlier life, he went through so much hardship. Actually, Milarepa's hardship is he chose that way. Lack of food and clothes, he chose that way because when he become a little bit popular in one town, one area, he moved somewhere else that nobody knows about him. So still, Tsirima, 5 sisters, they promised to the Milarepa, so in the future your follower will never be lack of materials, what they need. So that is I heard this one during the Cultural Revolution, like in Tibet, I think all over the country there's a shortage with the food. But the many monks or nuns, they live like a what called a single. And they said they always get some good food. Somehow in their room, in their home, they always have some good food. Even the people eating the grass, leaves, dead animals. So that is showing us it's not necessarily some people may think, oh, from this to I become really rich or this and that. I don't know that one. But what you need, you never be shortage with that. If truly you sincerely practice Dharma, not just only medicine Buddha, any Dharma, I think. Because there is no history of a Dharma practitioner died lack of food. Never happened that one. And in Tibet, like for example, Tibet, many monks live on the mountain. But still they receive all what they need. So one of Geshe, he joked, because before he was a robber. In Tibet, people traveling through the foot, so lots of mountain, the isolated area, robbers stay there, wait for the passenger to come to rob them. So he was a robber, really popular robber. Everybody knows. So one day he was just traveling on that area. Then one old lady come with him. So she was really happy that she got companion traveling that region. So they talking and they kind of be nice each other. And on the top of the mountain, reached to the top of the mountain, and she said, "Oh, I really appreciate you come along with me. I really today you really saved my life. And so otherwise that the robber will come, and I have really my life will be dangerous." Then that robber is him actually. What she mentioned it because he never saw him. So he said, "That is me." And she got heart attack and she died there because that much fear they have from him. So that moved him. Then he totally gave up. He became a monk, and his name is become later called the Geshen Benguje. And of course, once he gave up all the robbery and he became a monk, and slowly he become a really good practitioner, and people kind of appreciate him, and people supported him. So then he make joke. He said, "When I was a robber, I wait on the roadside, but many times I stay hungry because of lack of food. Even I wait there, I never get. But now I'm hiding on the mountain. All the butter and samba, they roll it up. They all roll it up to me." So that is showing us if you really, I really believe this one sincerely. If you truly practicing Dharma, you'll never be shortage with what you need. You will gain somewhere somehow. If you expect more than you need, I'm not sure that's going to achieve or not. Make sense? So I think that is talking about here. Well formed, no one help them. So that kind of then once you have those all necessary things, then what you get is you gain the freedom, leisure. So then you can get to the supreme enlightenment. So this is not saying as a just hearing name alone become enlightenment. That's not talking about. That is the condition. That hearing name give you the enough freedom that you have a chance to practice continually. Now 8 great vows. A vow that the future life, when I have attained the supreme enlightenment, those women who are extremely disgusted with the 100 affliction of the befall women and wish be abandoned in their female form will be upon hearing my name, all the reborn as a man, and they will be endowed with the noble future as eventually realizing the unsurpassable supreme enlightenment. So this one is a really contradictory word. Many people have this, One thing I can say, when Buddha's teachings, when he giving teaching in the on the Vinaya teachings, because the Vinaya teaching is a public teachings. In the Vinaya, Buddha said, in the Vinaya teaching said, men are hierarchy than women. So there are lots of rules that a woman have to receive the guidance from the men, and this is the monk and nun. Okay, they have rule. So in the Vinaya, because it's have to be, he cannot totally against with the social environment. So you have to work with the social society. So they said, but when it comes to the Mahayana teachings, actually everyone is equal. There's no differential. Every sentient being have to treat equal. But when it comes to the Vajrayana, actually women are the representative of the wisdom and men are the representative of method. When it comes to the method and wisdom is higher. So that is showing us some part of the Buddhist teachings based on the society's environment and conditions. So I have to give. And another one is I really believe this one is this kind of circumstance, Buddhist times circumstance. If you look, and in that environment, you have to live. I don't think so. Anybody want to become a woman. I don't think so, because that culture, women are subject, property of the men. So I think those, when we look those way, then we have to judge on this subject.
So this is an expedient teaching.
Expedient?
Yeah, what's the distinction between definitive teaching and expedient? In other words, it's not,
Conventional teaching.
yeah.
Yeah, of course, all these are the conventional teachings. Yeah, I mean, ultimately, there's no those separations, but still. So this is basically anyone have a what called a less advantage. Can say less advantage.
Yes.
I don't think so. You will be being happy on that situation.
What situation are you talking about?
Like, I mean, each one have like that. So they basically here saying say if women you frustrated because you're a woman, you feel like you don't like that condition. So that is what the Tibetan one said in the text. So you have this kind of like a frustration or tiredness of being woman. So that means that they have to do something with the society, with the condition and livelihood and whatever there's environment that make that, yeah?
Would this even change, say a practitioner falls under a curse and whatever the benevolent or influence says, you will be a queen, and it originally was a male. Would this change that fate?
So I think that can change because of like I heard this one now. Now in India, many men kind of actually many men they suiciding because they too much pressure from the women. Why? Because now women got the power. How got the power? Is it because I think mostly it's a financial power. Now women can work, they can have income. They don't have to depend on the husband. They have a totally freedom. So I think that's not same. But still, lots of cultures still nowadays this have, surpass, controlling, ownership, subject, that kind of condition still there, a lot of area.
Afghanistan,
Not just only there, even the West.
like,
Yeah. Okay. Now, the ninth great vows. I vow that the future life, when I have attained the supreme enlightenment, I will help all sentient beings escape from the demon's net and free themselves from the bound of a heretical path. So what is the heretical path? There's one sutra called the Pejin. There's 10 different type of heretical path, or Mara's card of the what called the lesser of the Mara. One is a discouragement. Two is a disturbed emotion. Third is a impatient. Fourth is a not fulfilling the prayer. And fifth is a not letting go the misconduct, and not liberating sentient beings or not helping other sentient beings, and have a not desire of not wishing to the nirvana, and not what called the not stopping the continuity of the samsara, and having doubt on the dharma. So those, I think, 10 different kind of thought, 10 different kind of mind stream, or come in the mind stream. Those are called the heretical path. Should they be caught in the thick of the wrong view? It means the thick of the wrong view. This is talking about there's have more than few people, and they have a disagreeing with their view. From their disagreeing to the view, then they have a what called a argument. So I heard some lately, sometimes people, when they family gathering, they cannot talk about the politics, and that causing to the family problem, friendship problem, sangha problem. I think lots of things happen because of the what called the wrong view. It means the what called the
Not matching the views.
Like two opposite of the view. How to say this? Contradictory view.
Conflicting views.
Conflicting view, contradictory view, or yeah. So like people have different view. Yeah, conflict view. Yeah. So from that too, and that's what mean the card of the thick of the wrong view mean. I will lead them to correct view, and gradually including them to cultivate the practice of the Bodhisattva and swiftly realize the supreme perfect enlightenment. So practice of the Bodhisattva means then unmistaken view of a practice of the like 10 paramita: generosity, morality, patience, perseverance, method concentration, wisdom, method, skill, aspiration prayer, primordial wisdom. So this called the 10 paramita. Those are the mainly practice of the Bodhisattva, or called the 4 gathering of the disciples: generosity, sweet speech, and so there's a 4. My English vocabulary is kind of shortage in the Tibetan called the Jimba Tongwa Nyempa Ma Tuan Tumpa Tuan Chupa. So this way to help to sentient beings to bring to the right path, unmistaken path. Like for example, Bodhisattva first they give to the what they need. Once you give to the what they need, and they become close to you, they trust to you. Once they trust to you, then they try to talk to them nicely, not immediately say, if you say immediately, you are wrong, you are bad, this, nobody will going to be listen continually. So you have to say something nice, sweet. Then once you say nice and sweet, then then finally you show the actually correct message, what you want. And when you share with that one, you also have to follow with that. So this four called the four method of gathering the disciples. So from those way to then bring to the sentient being to the path to the enlightenment and finally perfect enlightenments.
The word thicket, when I see that word, a thicket, is like sticky bushes.
Yeah.
You're caught in, you're attached, you can't escape it.
Yeah, so like when there's a Tao Tupu, it means that like many come together, and I think that's causing to the problem. Yeah. Thing is, I think one way is you can say, again, conflict view, and another one is said too strong negative view. Sometimes people have certain, they believe even they was wrong, they couldn't let go because you believe so strongly. That is also thickness mean. 10th great vow. I vow that the future life, when I have attained the supreme enlightenment, those sentient beings who are shackled, beating, imprisoned, contaminated, yeah, to death, it means the death penalty. Otherwise, subject to countless misery, the humiliation by royal decree, and who are suffering in the body and mind from this opposition, need only hear my name to be free from this affliction, thanks to the awesome power of my merit and virtue. So then sometimes we have this kind of a circumstance comes, some people, and sometimes maybe you make mistakes, sometimes you even not make mistake, and they wrongfully accused. I heard in U.S. There's one Chicago. I think in the Chicago there's one school, university, law school, and those students they research whole country from the 1905 to 2005. They research, and there was a 120 some innocent got the death penalty. They're totally innocent. And from there to 20 some already received the death penalty. And some of them are waiting. So they got the release because of this school's research. So sometimes you may get, even you haven't done anything, but I heard this one is earlier saying when something goes, oh, Chinese did. People blame to the lots of Chinese labor worker, even they haven't done. And I saw some movie also, one white guy killed someone, and then actually the black guy is put in the prison. They accuse him. So either way, I'm not talking about the politics, but sometimes this kind of things, impression and things happen. And sometimes we receive this kind of punishment, even we haven't done that. What I mean, even we haven't done, sometimes this kind of punishment can be received. So at that, then also sometimes maybe we have done and we receive the punishment, but we regret, and we try to look for the protection, savior from this circumstance. So then those, when they hear the name of the medicine Buddha, and can be cured from that. So that's what mean.
It's called the Innocence Project.
Uh-huh.
There's a group of law professors and students who,
From Chicago, yeah?
yeah, from Northwestern, Chicago.
Yeah, someone from there, I heard this one. So that is, many people. I heard this in the Samya monastery one time earlier. So few monks had conflict with the oracle person who come the oracle. They have a kind of a disagree, so they have kind of like a bad conflict. But that oracle, the person he's a government official, so he had power to punish those monks. So he actually, dismissed them from the monastery. But one monk actually looks similar, those two. So person who did with him, he didn't get the punishment. The person who looks similar one received the punishment to kick him out. Even he haven't done anything. So that kind of things happen, so that I think I'm not saying it's only that one is protected by the medicine Buddha, but even you have done something, say heinous crime or whatever bad things, and that you receive this heavy punishment. But if you pray to the medicine Buddha, and that can help you to release from this continuing of sufferings and power of merit and virtues. Now, 11th great vows. I vow that the future life, when I have attained the supreme enlightenment, all sentient beings who are tormented by the hunger, thirst, and to point of the creating evil karma. Because when people are hungry and thirst, they do bad things, stealing. So one lady, she's stealing food from the grocery and caught by the police, and she was stealing food for her baby. The police officer didn't arrest her, and he just released her from there. He bring all the what she need and give to her. I mean, that kind of, sometimes people, when you are desperate, you do even illegal things. So that is an attempt to be survive. Should succeed in hearing my name, recite single-mindedly. So here, when you recite, not just hearing, single-mindedly, mean that you need single-mindedness. There's a two way. One is only thinking on that. Two is also you need fully confident. So this is what sometimes some of my friends, we have a discussion. What is the most important? The mantra, for example, the form, the how to writing, spelling, or pronunciation. So conclusion is, for me, conclusion comes how to writing at the form is not that important, because writing form change. Like from the Sanskrit to Tibetan, we already changed different language. Also from the different language, gone to the Sanskrit, Indian, to gone to the Chinese, Japanese, Korean, and those all different language. They write a different form. So form is not make different. The sound, pronunciation, also not same. From the Sanskrit pronunciation to the other languages change. So like, for example, Buddha Amitabha's name, in Sanskrit it's called the Amitabha. The Tibetan called the Amidewa. It's already changed. And Chinese called the Omidofo. Then when come from China to the Vietnam, it's become Azidavad. So pronunciation change. But I think what work, even pronunciation change, form change, shape change. What work is faith, trust, belief. That is what single point mean. Single pointed mind mean. No doubt, confident, trust. I think that is really important, especially, when you get into the higher teachings, there are certain things that is out of your intellect mind can reach, then you need a faith, devotion. So that reason, I think single-mindedly there's a two way. Single-minded mean the only thinking about the medicine Buddha. Also another one is a single-minded mean with a fully confident, fully confident or fully. Yeah. So fully trust, fully believe. So I think for me, that I think the most important for the calling name or reciting or prayer is a most important is a devotion or faith, trust in faith. You need full confidence. If you do the doubt with a doubt, then it's not become complete.
And that explains it more clearly for me, the notion of just hearing my name.
Yeah. So that way here said single-mindedly. If you fully trust, there's no doubt. Hold face to it. I will first satisfy them with the most exquisite food and drink. Oh, they bring to the really good restaurant. Ultimately, it's through the flower of the Dharma that I will be establishing them in the realm as a peace and happiness. So, what does this mean, the food and drink? Is it, if you really truly want to be practitioner, you need all the favorable condition to be complete. Like you cannot be good practitioner if you're hungry, always thirsty. No food, no drink, no shelter. You cannot become a good practitioner. It's very difficult. Because when you're practicing, one is you need those, and two is also you have to rely on your physical strength to build the mental wisdom. Without the physical support of the strength and the energy, mental wisdom is impossible. So I think those reasons need this first is give the food and drink. So that way, as earlier I mentioned, for method of gathering disciple, first setting generosity. 12 great vows. I vow that the future life, when I have attained the supreme enlightenment, if sentient beings who are utterly destitute, lacking clothes to protect them from the mosquitoes, flies, heat, cold, and are suffering day and night, should hear my name, recite the single-mindedly, and hold fast to it. Fast to it means that kind of strongly hold it, without losing. Their wish will be fulfilled. They will be immediately receive all manner of the exquisite clothing, precious adornment, flower, garland, and incense, powder, and will enjoy the music and entertainment to their hearts' content. There was one story. There were a couple, husband and wife. They have only one shawl. So when the husband go out for begging food or whatever, he wear the shawl, and the wife is hiding in the hay or some isolated place, hiding. But when wife goes to the out, then husband hiding because they have only one shawl to cover their body. So then at that time there one arhat walking. So he deliberately went to them, said, offer me something today. So they said, we have only one shawl. And we want to offering this one, but since we have nothing to wear, and please you face other way. So he faced other way. They offering him sincerely that shawl. Only have that. So after he went from there he went to royal palace, and he was wearing that really dirty shawl, smelling one. And the king and everyone said, how come you wearing this one? And he told the whole story. Then king, queen, everyone really expired from their dedication. Their, even they have just only one shawl, because of the devotion, they give away. Then everyone went, they support the financially, and they become really stable. king, financial support. So that kind of, I think, result will come if you put the actions. Manjushri, these are the 12 sublime vow made by the world-honored medicine Buddha, Lepose Lezuli, radiant Tathagata, Arhat, and perfect enlightenment, when he was cultivating Bodhisattva path. So this all vows make when medicine Buddha wasn't yet Buddha. Medicine Buddha was on the path of a Bodhisattva, and that time he made these all vows. Manjushri, as those great vows made by the medicine Buddha while he was following to the Bodhisattva path, as well as a merit, virtue, and adornment of this Buddha land, I cannot possibly describe them all, not even if I were to speak for eons or more. However, this Buddha land is the utterly pure. You will find no temptation, no evil path, no even cry of suffering tears. So, one is said utterly pure. Utterly pure means like our land, we have a dust, we have a uneven, we have a an unbalanced, we have a really roughness, some are rocky, some are and some are sharp, and there are many ways to you can make uncomfortable to walking. So that what is mean that. So this one is a like a, I think similar like Amitabha Pure Land. Yes?
As a practice to recite the sutra, in the very beginning, Sakyamuni is Nirmanakaya Buddha, so that's in this life. But can this be practiced after death?
I didn't get.
After death, as opposed to, meaning, if I were to recite the sutra and aspire the vows with the Samogakaya visualization.
Yeah.
Could that be also used?
Yeah, same.
After death?
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah, same.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so you will find no temptation. No temptation that falls of the sense faculty of attachment. Like we have this temptation of eye attached to the form, ear attached to the sound, nose attached to the smell, tongue attached to the taste, body attached to the touch. So, so from there too, one way bring to the suffering. So example of a false of the sense faculty on the attached or how to say this? Five desirable false of the five desirable faculty attached to the five desirable. So we said this is like a eye attaching to the form is like a same as a butterfly jump into the lamp. When butterfly see the lamp, they see beautiful, really attractive form. So when they go to closer, it can cut them to fire, they burn them. So that is equal to the false of the eye attached to the form is that way. The false of the eye attached to the form. And the fall of the ear attached to the sound is they say is sometime hunter, they play the music, and the animal really attractive on that music, and they lost the sense of protecting themselves. Then the hunter shoot easily. Then nose attached to the smell is like a bird try to get to the sense of a flower, but then flower eat them. Yeah, I saw the documentary. Then tongue attached to the taste. I think lots of people here, they put the salt bar to come the deer and they shoot deer. So that kind of false comes. Not just only false that, those temptation to false, also because of those temptation of the, desire or attachment, then can be reborn in the evil path, mean the lower realm. So those are not going to happen. And not suffering, even cry or suffering there. In this land, so that pure land of the medicine Buddha, sentient being, all the beings are completely free from defilement of attachment, hatred, jealousy, this kind of negative emotions. So that because of those, they don't have that negative emotion, they don't have the reborn as a lower realms. In this land, the ground is made of the leprosy lazuli. The boundary are the demarcated with a golden cord. The town and tower, palace, and pavilions, as well as a balcony, window, and draperies like curtains, are all made with the 7 treasure, like gold, silver, and so and so. The merit, virtue, and adornment of their realm are identical to those or Amitabha Buddha's pure land, as in the West. In this land dwell in 2 great Bodhisattva, universal solar radiant and universal lunar radiant. So this is the 2 Bodhisattvas name, sun and moon, the Bodhisattva name. In these Buddha's 2 main retinue are those 2 Bodhisattvas. They are the leader. Each turn will serve as a successor to the medicine Buddha and applied to guardian of his 2 Dharma treasure. So that means that because medicine Buddha, even he was a Buddha, but all the Buddha also not going to be there forever. At some point, this Nirvana Kaya form will be take Mahaparinirvana. When this medicine Buddha take Mahaparinirvana, then who going to be successor continually giving Dharma teaching is those Bodhisattvas. For this reason, Manjushri, all the devout men and women should vow to the born in that land. So that is a different. We are in the some degree of a pure land of the Shakyamuni Buddha, but our condition is not that pure as like a Amitabha pure land or medicine Buddha pure land, because we are a kind of mixture. But those pure land have a better condition to more freedom, less afflicted emotion, and so I think that's the reason why we were reborn in those pure lands. So Buddha mentioned there are 7 different type of beneficial from this medicine Buddha's hearing by medicine Buddha's name and residing in the medicine Buddha's mantra. There's a 7 different type of beneficial. First one is said, Buddha Shakyamuni then told to the Bodhisattva Manjushri, there are sentient beings who cannot tell right from the wrong. They are greedy and means, do not practice charity. So sentient being who cannot tell the right and wrong is what should do, what shouldn't do, what is good, what is not good. And they greedy and men do not practice the charity, mean that because of the not knowing of the what is right or what is wrong, they don't practice like a generosity when they have wealth. So Buddha said, from the Sutra, Buddha said, If whatever you keep in the house is not yours, whatever you give away, it is yours. Whatever keep in the house is meaningless. Whatever give away is meaningful. Whatever it keep in the house is make suffering. Whatever give away is free from suffering. So that is what is not knowing about what is right and what is wrong. So other way you can say also false and benefit of a practice of generosity or not practicing. So many sentient beings have a two greeting, really have really high greeting, and with that greeting, no matter how much wealth they have, they don't want to share with anyone. So that way they never practice charity. So in India, Sharavasti, there are one family. The father was so stingy. He himself, at the top of the house, in a one room that only he enjoy. He enjoy only himself and forget about the giving to the other. Even he doesn't want to share with the family. So one day some monk came, because Sharavasti there are lots of monks, and begging food. And his daughter-in-law is from Rajgir, who was Buddha first stay a long time. So her family really devoted to the Buddha, and she grew up serving to the Buddha and monk. So when the in-laws house and the monk came, she was really happy. She wanted offering food. Monk came for the food, and her father-in-law really scolded her. Then she called him, "You are a thief." Of course, at that time, one is like your in-law, father, your daughter-in-law, and two is your girl, and talking back to the head of the family, really troublesome. So he was really upset, and he tried to kick her out. But in India, actually, they call the Panchayat, which is mean that every town have five older people. They make the decision. Every problem comes, they go to them. So their case came to them. And he said, "She's really mean to me. She's in disrespect to me. That's why I want to kick her out." Then they asked her side, and she said, "Yes, he is a thief." Why? Because he is not doing any good merit in this life. He's only enjoying from his past life's merit. So that way I call him thief. That is truly thief. So somehow their argument, I don't know how far went, but she won actually. She won their argument in the town. Then decision was now on, when monk comes, she can offer whatever she wants. He cannot stop her. So then Buddha came one day, and she served to the Buddha, and she asked her father-in-law, "Please come." He said no, but he was hiding behind. So after the Buddha's have a meal, then Buddha dedicated and did prayer and to talk Dharma talk. When Buddha was dedicating or praying, he included the father-in-law too, because he's the head of the family, and he was really moved. Then slowly he became, follower of the Buddha. So like that, So then later he realizing, this offering or generosity is wonderful. So he really appreciate her to bring him to in that path. So later he treat her as his mother actually. He give her as like a state of a mother. He called her mother. Even she is his daughter-in-law. So I think that is what it means that like sometimes greeting, because of the greeting, they do not practice of the charity or the practice of the generosity. I do not understand the reward of generosity because they don't know what kind of benefit can get from the generosity. They are ignorant and unintelligent, lacking the foundation of the faith. They assume, amass richness, which they assiduously, like working hard, intelligent, hoard. Whenever they come across anyone seeking charity or begging, they become annoyed. If forced to give, they feel much pain and regret. If they were parting with their own flesh, so that kind of attachment they have, because they're so greedy, like giving some material, food or clothes, they have a painful much as a giving part of their body. This is because of the attachment. I think that's true. If you like something in your house, when somebody take that one, you get really upset. But when you lose their attachment, then you have no problem to somebody using. Like new car. So that is the faults of being stingy and greedy. That way they don't know the meaning of a great beneficial of a practice of the generosity. Moreover, there are also countless sentient beings who are misery and avaricious. Avaricious means no contentment. Yeah? One more. They spend time amassing wealth while not daring to spend it over even on themselves, let alone on the parent, spouse, children, servant, or beggar. Upon their death, this stingy person will descend into the path to the hungry ghost or animality? Yeah, the animal. I heard in Tibet, this is, I think, true story. One monk so stingy. And the earlier Tibetan money is a silver coin. Paper does not exist at that time. Less use paper, more coin use. So what he did was, in his room, he built an addition wall, and make small hole left, one small hole, the coin just can fit there. So whenever he received the donation, he just threw that. So he never spent. Then, of course, then at some point, the monk died. And the monastery system is when the monk died, then other monk moved there. Some new monk moved. So when that monk is staying there, then slowly, he hearing the middle sound, chilik, 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 again, somebody's kind of middle sound. So every night he hearing this sound, but he had no idea where it's coming from the sound. Then slowly, when he carefully listened and he hear it from through the wall. Then when he hear it from the crack, then he hear that one. So then finally he break that crack and open, and there's the space. And bottom of that space is all the coin. And that monk who collect the coin, he become a scorpion, born in that coin. There.
He became a what?
Scorpion.
Scorpion?
Yeah. So he collect like a basket full of a coin, and he became a scorpion. There's normally scorpion is born from the womb, yeah. So he's like a occasional hell, animal form, just the miracle born there, because so attachment. So that is what the result come because of the attachment. That's what I heard some monasteries story. And this monk asked to the Lama and said, Lama said, carrying this money in the basket and put the scorpion on the top and go to the market. Anyone who can eat this scorpion can have this money, give to that person. And there's a butcher. He was a kind of a hitting Mahasiddha butcher. Then he ate the scorpion. So that is showing us that he can liberate this consciousness from this trap of a low reborn. So they're offering to him. So that is stingy. What I say stingy, because of the stinginess, can be reborn in the low realm or hungry ghost or this the animals. I think that's stories. However, even though they may suffer such fate, if the previous existing in the human realm, they happen to hear the name of the medicine Buddha and now recite his name, even briefly, they will be immediately vanished from the evil path of the low realm to be born once more among the human. However, they will remember their stay on the evil path and dreading their past suffering will cease to wallow in the worldly pleasure. They will greatly practice charity themselves, press others to do so as well, no longer be stingy. Eventually, they will be even the abide and the donate their head, eye, limb, blood, flesh, and other part of their body to those who need them, not to mention mere material possession. So Bodhisattva have to practice the generosity. So what is the measurement of the kind of like a completion of the practice of the generosity? Is it that one day you have no hesitation and after the giving, no regret of your own body. That is the final measurement of the practice of the generosity. So that's I have to train from the first. I have to give something that you don't need. You cannot give immediately body because you get a regret. You get negative feeling from that. So what you have to do is you have to practice from the beginning. Like some teaching said, if you cannot give to someone, exercise yourself. Give from the right hand to give to the left hand to give to the right hand, saying, I'm giving you. So one day then you can give things that you don't need, like from your garage, from your closet that you never touch for many years. You collect them. So those are, you can give easily, that things that you don't need, things that you don't want to use, you give. Then slowly you can give things that you like, and from there to gradually one day, even you have no problem giving from your own flesh born. So once you can do that one, that is called a kind of like a Chimba Tar Chimba, perfection of generosity. That is when it's a measurement of the perfection of the generosity. Is you one day you can become capable to can give your own body, part of your body, whatever. And when somebody asks you to give your body, you become so happy that you no hesitation. Even not just only happy, you have a feeling of gratitude on that person to helping you to this practice. That is what is mean the what called the measurement or I just said this one.
Measurement of the Bodhisattva's progress?
Yeah, perfection.
Perfection.
Yeah, perfection of the Bodhisattva's practice of the generosity. That is the measurement that you happily and joyfully can give even your own body. Okay. Now, second, that is how stingy one liberated. Second one is someone who destroy their vows. Moreover, Majushri, they are sentient beings who have accepted teaching of the Tathagata but have violated precept, moral rule, or they have not violated the precept but have broken the regulation. Regulation means the rule, like each one have their rule and regulations. Like in the monastery, there have so many regulations. That in Tibetan we said monk can become complete enlightenment just by following to the rule and regulation. Here monks are really like lots of monk. I heard this one is lots of monk come from the India to perform the 1 year ritual, go to the tour. They have a really hard time to step back in the monastery because 1 year you got the freedom. So many of them end up coming back because these are much harder. So staying in monastery have a great rule and regulations. Very, very, the morning you have to wake up from the 5 or something to until 10 o'clock, 9 to 10 o'clock, you have to follow every hour with the rule and regulations. And there's not just only that one, many other minor regulations. So those all is talking about the regulations. Or else, while they have violated neither precept nor the regulation, they have disparaging the right view, or they have not disparaged the right view, but have abandoned the extensive study of the Dharma, or they don't make any mistake, but they have a wrong view, or you may have a right view. You have keep the pure precept, but you're not learning Dharma. That is what means that you not study the Dharma, and thus cannot be explained. It means that you have no idea what is Dharma, how to practice. The profound meaning of the Sutra preached by the Buddha, or else, although they may be learned, they have grown conceited, become a pride. Oh, now I'm monk, I learned Dharma. One of the Rinpoche master, Sengdar Rinpoche said, practitioner, two emotions come easily and are very difficult to recognize. Pride and I think attachment. Especially pride has come really easy, particularly when you get a little bit name and position. The same time your pride will come. So that even you learn, you follow into the perfect perception, the rule and regulation, you learn Dharma, you have no wrong view. But if you have a pride, because the conceit, cloud of the mind, they believe that they are the right and others are the wrong. Therefore, they deprecated or look down on others, not accepting others, correct the Dharma, and all ally themselves with the demons. So here, ally with the demon is in the Tibetan text said, because of your pride, then you have a jealousy. And you misuse the Dharma. Make sense? So those are what is mean themselves with the demon. That is the demon. Pride, jealousy, misuse. So this kind of bad things happen. This could happen. Such a deluded person not only follow the wrong view themselves, they also lead the countless other sentient beings into the same great pitfall. These sentient beings are bound to wander endlessly on the path hell animality, and hungry ghosts. So there's the 3 lower realms. Yet if they should succeed in the hearing of the name of the medicine Buddha, they will be abandoning their evil conduct for the cultivating the wholesome way, and this avoiding the descending upon the evil path. Even those who cannot be abandoning evil practice or cultivated the wholesome teaching, and those descend into the evil path can still benefit from the awesome power of the medicine Buddha's past vow if through this power they should hear his name even briefly. Their life on the evil path, it means the lower realm, will be end, and they will be reborn again in the human realm, and they will behold the correct view, diligently pursued their practice and tame their mind. They will then to be able to abandon the home life, to become monk or nun, and they will be uphold the study, the dharma of the Tathagata, rather than the disparaging, the violating it. With the correct view and extensive study, they will be phantom with the extremely profound meaning of the teachings, abandoning all the conceit and cease to the disparaging of the correct dharma. Correct Dharma, they will no longer have a demon as a companion, but will gradually cultivate the practice of the Bodhisattva and swiftly perfect them. So this is the second benefit by hearing name. Okay, we stop here, yeah, today. That's enough, otherwise too much is not good. Om Baza Sado Samaya Mano Balaya Baza Sado Deno Ba Dishta Dedo